There you go.
I always forget.
The Coalition of Friends.
Channel.
Just Coalition of Friends, not the.
Subscribe.
On one of them, I put the, and then for like the beginning part, when it says Coalition of Friends Presents, I put the, and then it's already up, and I can't take it down to fix it, because that's impossible to. But anyways, welcome back to
the channel.
Well, yeah, but the podcast, where today we are just going to talk about the Season 9 mid-season finale for The Walking Dead. Titled Evolution. And here's a synopsis from IMDb. A small rescue... What?
Can you English, Garrett?
Let me try again. A small rescue mission braves a dangerous herd in their hunt for a missing comrade, only to discover a surprising threat that could doom them all. And that's bad.
That describes about a third of the episode.
Describes what
Not
I saw.
even.
Not even.
Not
That's
even.
barely any
That
of the
literally
episodes
described what I saw. That's it.
Okay. So, let's start our spoiler-free review for the episode. It's bad!
It was very bad for
What
the
I saw
first
was okay.
50 minutes.
It's so
I
bad.
saw like the last 15 minutes and it was okay.
Yeah.
There is so many, and there's a big reason why this episode was bad for me. But they don't. The most interesting people for me on the show now are the new people.
Yeah.
They're
I can
the
see that.
most interesting people because they have stuff that they've gone through. And we'll probably get this more when it comes back in February.
Mm-hmm.
But there's interactions with them and with others that I'm more interested in
Yeah, we've
than
seen
the people we've seen for 8.5 seasons.
We've seen every possible interaction between almost every possible interaction between characters other than this new group and maybe a select few others.
Yeah.
And it's gotten really stale.
It has, which is a lot of the reason why I think they brought the new people in, because you have a void.
Fresh.
You have a void of with Rick being gone. Anne isn't here anymore. Maggie has
gone.
left.
Yeah.
Where did she?
Last episode they just said she left.
Oh,
She
cool.
left with whatever that lady's name was. The lady in the bus. I can't remember.
Janice.
It starts with a G.
It does start with
Oh.
a G.
That was close. Like I
See,
was
like,
starting with
Gracie?
J.
What? Gracie was the little girl that Aaron adopted. It was like Georgie.
Georgie is.
She left with Georgie.
I got
That's
close.
all they've said.
She
But-
left with Georgie to help another community.
Yeah.
But we've
But-
already talked about that.
That's
That was last week.
yeah. That's last week.
Or 2 weeks ago, technically. Well, last week. It was last week. But it was so slow. A lot of the trailer that is shown for this episode is mostly the last 10 minutes.
Yeah. It's the opening scene and then the last 10 minutes, really.
And that's all the trailer shows. So you expect, as I think we may have said, if not, this is what I was thinking going into it. This was going to be a high intensity episode, going with the horror element of an apocalypse, and it didn't. It didn't until the end.
Even what I said before it started going on, I had predictions about what was going to happen. None of them came true.
Yeah.
Nothing even happened remotely close to what I thought.
There's so many things also that I'm thinking about right now that don't make sense. It doesn't make sense how so much has happened. I think maybe the last 10 minutes was a saving grace for the episode. If the last 10 minutes weren't what they were, and it was less than that, this episode would be a
Garbage.
Yeah.
Is bad.
Yeah. And really, even though the last 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes maybe were good, it still wasn't that great until the last, 5.
Mm-hmm.
I think.
Because a lot
It
of
got
them...
intense, but
It got
good.
It got really intense.
I think also what was wrong with this episode was the writing. The writing wasn't solid.
Yeah, no.
Any situation between anyone, I think really where the writing was good was with Negan. When Negan was there talking with Gabriel, you understood what each of the characters were going through and what they were trying to get out of both in their interaction. Gabriel had a reason to be there. Negan had a reason to be messing with Gabriel because that's the only person he can mess with.
Yeah, and going back to that's really a relationship we haven't had since they were locked in that bunker outside the sanctuary.
Great.
That was a great scene back when that happened, and this was.
It wasn't even a scene; it was an episode. They were
they
stuck
had
in there together for an
majority
episode.
of an episode just stuck together, and that was really good. But that and now this episode is really the only time they've interacted, and I think the writers realized that we need to get these characters back together.
Well, we had to give Gabriel something to do.
Yeah, he's
and
sitting.
really the only person that wants to talk to Negan is Judith. But you can't have an adult conversation with a little girl.
Yeah, she was doing math homework.
I don't even think he cursed in front of Judith with the math problems. And he cursed a lot this episode, which I really like. It's very funny.
Yeah, he didn't. And really, Gabriel's alone at Alexandria with Judith and Negan and a bunch of people we don't know.
Who else was on that council? Sadiq, Gabriel.
It was Michonne, Gabriel, Aaron, Sadiq, that guy that was driving their carriage to the hilltop. I don't know his name. I don't recognize him.
We talked about that last one.
Yeah, I don't. But I think that was about it.
Can I ask my question now?
I think that goes into spoilers. But to figure out, finalize. This is a format.
Yes.
Taylor, we gotta go with the format. What would you rate this episode?
0.
As a whole,
Just kidding.
out of 10, I'd give it like a 6.5.
See, I'm going with a 5.96.
5.96.
Mm-hmm. No, like a 5.9-6.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, not an exact 5.9600.
Yeah.
No, because really,
5.97.
it's on the line. It could be like a 5.99 dash 6. That last bit saved it a lot.
Oh, absolutely.
Because everything about this. Okay, let's go into spoilers. I don't care about Henry.
I don't know.
Everything with Henry and anything that's happened has been uninteresting. He's not strong enough to lead as a character. He's not interesting enough.
He's not. He's really. They are only really including him because they didn't finish his arc any earlier.
He didn't have an arc.
Yeah.
He just started going all berserker on people because his older brother died.
He learned from Morgan how to use the bow staff. He killed a savior. He's Ezekiel's son. That's it.
Wait, who are we talking about?
Henry, so you can now ask a question.
Oh, why did he kill the walker that they had trapped in the whole thing?
Because it was a walker and it was being tortured.
Yeah.
Which is why he said, "I'm sorry," before he
Yeah, he said, "I'm sorry." Killed it. He doesn't.
I love that sound effect.
They explained it earlier in the season. He is an optimist. He thinks that this can all be worked out and we can go back to how the Earth was before this all happened.
Even though, no, Henry's old enough to know what it was. Maybe, no, I don't think he doesn't have any memory of it. I don't think.
But he believes that everything can be saved, and he doesn't like that they're torturing this walker, so he wanted to put out its misery.
Hold on, I'll save that question for later.
Okay.
The least interesting part was Henry's story of the entire time because of dumb teenage drama. Now that we don't have Carl, we have to have some teenage stuff being put in here.
Now,
just so that you can have kids our age or younger watch the show because teen dramas sell on television now.
Yeah, because we've lost Carl, but now we still have Enid.
Even though Enid's still also not strong enough to be
Enid. And now Henry's a teenager, so they needed something dramatic to happen there.
Mm-hmm.
They're really the only two teenagers on the show until this episode.
Those other teens are gonna die.
Oh, they're dead. I'm
Oh,
surprised
that's
one of them
stupid.
didn't die this episode.
Yeah, honestly, I thought instead. I thought there was gonna be a bigger fight
Yeah.
between Henry and
Yeah,
the
I
other
thought
two.
somebody other than Henry was
Why
going
would
to end
you
up in that
fucking
pit.
pee on a walker? That's fucking stupid.
Yeah. I thought there was going to be a fight between them and somebody other than Henry was going to end up in that pit with the walker
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
get attacked.
Yeah. That would have been much more interesting than what happened.
Yeah.
With Henry getting pushed
Yeah.
in.
He didn't push. He didn't get pushed in. He jumped in.
He jumped.
Yeah, he jumped
He
in.
jumped
he,
in.
put-
See, I was
he
paying
pushed the
attention
guy
to the
down.
board.
He pushed the guy that was peeing on it down, grabbed his staff, jumped in, and killed it.
Is that points for you?
Yes.
Damn.
So yeah, I don't like them. I don't like Henry. I don't like what's happening.
Stop. I don't like them.
And then
That's a mood.
the next thing
Uh-huh.
that I gotta go with is Michonne's and the Alexandrians and the new people's entrance to Hilltop was
Mhm.
so stupid.
Yeah, it seems like Michonne and Carol don't really like each other anymore.
See, I feel like they were happy to see each other. I just think it's the fact that they were leaders of different places
Yeah.
that's what's affecting their relationship. And
Yeah.
because of that, Carol can't go against her husband
Yeah.
or her beliefs, and Michonne can't go against where her kids are.
Yeah.
So
And what?
you have those. That's very interesting with that.
Yeah.
But it was the initial sense of the woman at the wall not wanting or like asking all these questions, even
Mhm.
though she should know who these people are,
Yeah.
know that she can trust them. If Michonne's all the problem was with Maggie, I don't know why Michonne's not open to having this fair.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't get what the problem is.
Yeah.
Maybe they haven't explained it. Did they
Yeah.
say anything about why there were problems happening?
They have not. They haven't described this fair very well, other than Hilltop's already on board, and
It's supposed to allow all three places to be able to get
yeah,
stuff they need.
yeah. It's not explained why Alexandria doesn't want to
Yeah, but
contribute. It's not explained why. What happened? What I don't even know what this fair is really, but there's no explanation. That's something they need to take care of.
Well, also something that needs to be addressed about this episode is who got not where he's supposed to be. Talking about Negan.
We'll
We'll get
got
there.
stuff to talk about.
We'll get there.
We'll get there. Spoilers.
Oh my gosh! We're in the spoiler section.
Yeah, but it was a joke. I don't know who the lady at the wall was.
I didn't.
She was just
I don't trust her.
I
I
feel
really
like
don't like that she was with Carol.
yeah, I don't trust that at all.
I feel like
That
we're
she's
gonna get
going
a
alone
who's
with
better
Carol.
with the bow
Yeah.
scene.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Maybe-
who's better. Miss it. No, you can't. Yeah, there's definitely gonna be a fight between them, or she's gonna cause trouble at Hilltop,
No, but
or not
they left
Hilltop,
us
at the kingdom. The kingdom. She's gonna get back to the kingdom, and then she's gonna cause trouble, and it's gonna be super annoying.
Sorry. It's gonna be super annoying.
But I don't remember where she came from.
Angela
I
Fett.
really don't remember anything.
I mean, we
I'm
can
sorry,
go
I'm
back.
watching this trailer real hard.
Stop watching the
Oh, this
Transformers
looks
trailer.
So, it looks better than any Transformers movie.
It actually looks realistic.
It looks realistic, and then I think the actors other than John Cena they've casted are great.
Oh,
Haley Steinfeld, I don't think he can act. Really don't think so.
I've seen
Any
him in
person
something.
can do bad comedy
Mhm.
if they can say the lines that are written and enough well that it's funny.
Have you seen Blockers?
No, I don't want to. I'm not here for stupid comedy. Even
Isn't
though
that movie funny though, Aaron?
It was funny, but that's all John Cena's good at.
I
Is
don't want to
funny.
see John Cena getting a tube stuck up his butt and have to take the air down that way.
Yeah.
Saw that in the trailer, and that was apparently the funniest joke in the movie.
Not to me. But anyway.
Reviews. But anyways, back to the topic at hand.
Yes. So.
Okay, so here's another question that I have. Is it all of Hilltop? Does all of Hilltop not get along with Alexandria? Because when they arrived, even what's her name, that's in charge of
Tara.
Hilltop, not Tara, had tension with people arriving. I can get some with the new people that arrived. But with Michonne and City, there should have been nothing. Was the guy even there that was driving the cart last episode? I didn't see him.
He was.
Okay.
But I feel like before she left, Maggie was able to, I guess, convince Tara and Enid and Jesus and all them to have her same animosity with Alexandria.
Not Jesus. Jesus wants the fair.
Well, yeah, Jesus does want the fair, but it seems like he's the only one.
Yeah, that's really.
I feel like everybody except Jesus wants the Hilltop to be run the way Maggie had it, and that included nothing about Alexandria.
Yeah.
What's wrong with Alexandria then?
Well, it's been 5-6 years between we lost Rick and the present time. So since then, Alexandria, the Kingdom, and Hilltop have all basically separated in communication and have become their own communities.
Yeah, and now recently, the Hilltop and the Kingdom have started to get back together, but they can't get Alexandria to join in.
Because the Kingdom needs supplies that only Hilltop can make. That's a very weird stadium. I'm sorry. Vikings, you're suck. But,
Not you suck, you're suck.
Your suck. Did we get anything important from the Michonne and Carol discussion? I know it was good. It was well acted, and I was happy to see them talk again. But did we get anything?
Not really. We got a mention that they both lost children, which isn't really that important because we know that.
In a writing sense, it's important.
Michonne had a kid before all this happened. And she has made no mention of it.
From a writing standpoint, saying that they both have lost a child is very important.
Yeah.
In the sense that they can relate to each other in that sense.
Yeah.
But in anything else in discussion, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You can have two characters that have the same tragic backstory, but that doesn't ultimately shape what happens and what their beliefs are. So it was very stupid. Now let's talk about the next thing. Was that Rosita hid Eugene in the barn. We all assumed that he got taken away because Rosita's been passed out.
Yeah,
apparently.
she said Eugene's in a barn.
She said
and
that?
then she did. She said that. She said Eugene's in a barn.
Okay, I missed that then.
But we got no update on that. I assumed he was just like chilling in the hayloft of a barn somewhere.
Not underneath a pile of hay.
In a cellar underneath a pile of hay in some
very easy to
super torn down barn in the middle of nowhere.
Although I feel like that might have been the barn or something when they first
like that in my town.
When they first arrived at where Alexandria is. Because then they
I
had
don't think it was that close.
It wasn't that close. When did
when
did they find the people with the stuff on their forehead?
The W?
Yeah.
That was a while ago.
Was that
I think that
closer
was
to Georgia? Or
I think that was back near the prison.
Was it?
They found, yeah.
When
they found the wolves, that was back in the prison. That was in Georgia.
Oops.
But the reason
it was like a cult, basically a cult.
They were
community.
They were a cult of cannibals,
awesome.
and they all had a letter W carved in their forehead.
They
Okay.
totally should. Sorry, the Telltale game in chapter 2 or whatever has cannibals in it. They should have been totally part of the wolves. Missed opportunity.
But when the whole reason Rosita and Eugene went out was to find a suitable place to put a radio extender, and that would have to be set up a decent distance away from Alexandria.
Yeah, on the water towers.
Yeah, the water towers they saw. So I don't think, unless they were running back towards Alexandria from the water towers, I don't think that barn's anywhere near it.
I'll have to do some research. But, yeah, so the whole thing of them finding Eugene was okay. I got it.
Yeah.
It made sense. Then them decided to break off.
Do we want to talk about Negan first? We gotta finish this because this is the.
I feel like
this,
we can end.
This is the biggest storyline. I feel like, or one of the bigger.
I feel like we can end with the two big things that happen, and then we can intertwine. But no. Well, yeah. Let's talk about Gabriel and Negan first. Yeah.
So, Gabriel.
Is he being a psychiatrist or
I think he's trying.
psychologist?
I feel like he's trying to.
Or is he bringing the priest side?
I think he's trying to be the priest again. He's using this little singing bowl on Negan. It's like a hypnotism type of thing. Trying to
supposed to relax for one, but if that was used on me, I'd scream.
Yeah, it'd be insane. That's probably why he was throwing the tennis ball around.
Why does he have the mitt? That's another thing I wrote down. Why does he have the mitt? Why can't he just have the tennis ball and then bounce it on the floor on the wall and then catch it?
It's too high maintenance.
Not really.
Yeah. But so Gabriel's trying to bring out the good in Negan, and Negan's just constantly resisting and tries to blackmail Gabriel, saying, "Oh, I heard Rosita talking about something you'd be interested in."
The thing he said about Gabriel being Rosita, it's like hot damn. So good. It's so funny. I was the only one that laughed. You didn't laugh at that.
I don't think I heard it.
Oh, it was so good. I got a laugh at me. Negan was the best part of this episode.
Oh, absolutely. Negan is always a really good part of every episode.
And then when so he tries to blackmail and get Gabriel to listen to what he have to says, but Gabriel leaves.
What do you have to say?
I don't care about what I'm saying.
Gabriel leaves and hears about the
events with Rosita and
hears about what happened with Rosita and Eugene.
Because the people on the horses finally got to Alexandria. And then he comes back to change
The
bedpan, which is very funny.
That's hilarious.
It's really good. Because Ania's talking about how the stuff in there came out of his body, and I'm like, that's so funny.
The stuff that came out of my butt went up your nose. How's that feel?
That was great. But
Why does
they
that
get
sound like me though?
You're very much like Negan. Negan is very sassy.
He is. It's awesome.
You're welcome.
But
Except I'm not, I'm murderous. But anyway.
and then they have a discussion. What was the main part of the discussion that was happening then between Negan and Gabriel? All I have right now was the last line.
Negan was saying all those jokes about cleaning up the bedpan and all that, and Gabriel just snaps that he's been trying so hard to unlock the real good person inside of Negan,
Or
and he
just
can't find it, and he's super frustrated that he can't do it, and that he's basically failing to help.
And then he tells Negan about Rosita. Negan says, "I'm sorry for you,"
yes.
which is a very, I think, important thing to happen, because one thing about Negan is that he feels sorrow for others when something bad has happened to them that was not his doing. He felt extremely sorry for Rick with Carl, and I think that's really because he lost his wife.
Yeah.
In the apocalypse.
Yeah, and Negan really liked Carl.
Because he saw Carl is like what the future.
Yeah, he wanted Carl to take over for him. And obviously that didn't work out. That may have worked out if Carl survived.
Carl wasn't stupid.
Yeah.
As he was. And then at the end of the conversation, Gabriel says, "It's bad enough I have to clean your shit. Show him how to listen to it too."
Mm-hmm.
That was
very
hilarious.
It's a great one-liner. I love that.
Never thought Gabriel would say that. Total break from character as well.
Oh, absolutely. But he says that, he slams the door, he storms out, and that's really the end of that scene.
But
That was a fucking
rock.
Yeah, both of them did.
He got rocked, and Dalvin stood right back up and walked away.
Who was in the ground? 19? Was that Thielen on the ground?
No,
Somebody was on the ground.
I don't think so.
and then
Boom! Oh, and he stood up and probably said words to him.
That should be a flag for helmet on Dalvin Cook.
Really?
He actually lowered his head and then picked it right back up. He lowered his head to make contact.
I can see that. So then it cuts to later that night when everything else happening. So this is in between. We have scenes in between from the stuff happening with Daryl and the Walkers and everyone else.
Yeah.
It shows Negan bouncing his ball. And somehow, did he not catch it with
I
his
think
mitt?
he missed it.
And it rolls
out of his cage.
And then he realizes, I knew that he was going to be open going into the scene. I was like, he's fucking going to get away.
Yeah, he's going to get out somehow.
Which is so stupid.
I just want to say, when he was, during the first scene with him and Gabriel, when he was throwing the tennis ball, I thought to myself, man, it would suck if his tennis ball just rolled out and sell, and he just has to look at it until someone comes and gets it for him.
Yeah.
And then this scene happens, the tennis ball rolls out,
and then how does he figure out the door's open?
the wind blew, and it shook it.
Oh, I didn't see it. But
I heard.
So I guess the wind blew, moved the cell door, and he taps on it, and it opens up, and he just walks out.
He looked like he contemplated leaving.
Yeah, he picked up his tennis ball and looked like he was going to go back in the cell, and then he just
threw the
ball and walked away.
Forget this.
It was honestly pretty dumb.
Yeah.
Because Gabriel didn't lock it. Here's my question. Do you think Gabriel purposely... Fuck! I'm sorry. I'm still going to beat you anyways.
I don't think...
That was really loud.
Did Gabriel leave it?
I think Gabriel left it open.
I don't think he did.
I feel like he did only to test to see if he's got to Negan.
No. I think he doesn't want to fucking deal with Negan anymore. And he's just letting Negan free.
Yeah,
because he storms out. Might have been an accident because he was angry as fuck. But I think that could have also been a conscious decision to just get Negan fucking gone. Negan will not become our big bad. That is
I feel like he's
the Whisperers.
Yeah,
which we'll get
absolutely. I feel like Negan could end up wanting to be the big bad, but actually...
And then realizing that these Whisperers
are
going to mess with every community, including Alexandria and everything, and he's going to have to team up with everyone else.
I think he's going to end up leaving Alexandria at some point.
Really? And like the right way?
In the right way. He's going to step up. With Michonne being gone at Hilltop right now, Sadiq being gone, I feel like...
Yeah, but they show him in the next half-season trailer. They show him going to where the factory is.
Oh, back to Sanctuary?
It was Sanctuary.
Maybe.
Maybe that's just where he goes to hide out.
He might. Maybe he goes there to hide. Maybe he goes and brings some people from Alexandria there because he knows it's safer.
Maybe. But...
We'll see. But
anyways, if you haven't known, he got out.
Yeah, he got out. He walked away.
He picks up the tennis ball. He thinks. It wasn't an exact decision. He thinks. Which is, I think, the start of the turn. I don't feel like I want a redemption arc for Negan. It'd be cool because we still have Jeffrey Dean Morgan in the show, but I don't think that really fits his character. There's so much bad he's done that
For him to just completely forget it and go to the right.
he can't learn from it because those
Yeah.
were conscious decisions. And honestly, what's happened with him in the prison hasn't taught him anything.
No.
He wanted to fucking kill himself, which I mean, maybe is where the turn started.
Yeah, he wanted to kill himself, and then 6 years later, he's just still chilling there.
That was before Rick died.
Got you.
Yeah, before Rick died, he wanted to kill himself. He
I'm
wasn't-
sad.
I also
that we
didn't know
haven't-
that's how much time went by.
Yeah, 6 full years.
I'm sad we never got Negan's take from Rick. Rick's death and disappearance. That is something huge that I wish we came back, or they might have flashed back to it if we ever got Michonne with Negan again.
Yeah, do a flashback of Michonne talking
That's something
to
that I
him.
miss. We don't get anymore. Or like the flashbacks and stuff. Everything
Yeah, those
was-
were good. I like those.
Especially when we get them from the, especially when we get it from the what am I trying to fucking say?
I don't know.
When we get the flashbacks from the point of a walker, how they became that. Those were such interesting and stylistic choices for Walker that you think doesn't matter. It's a person that died and has reanimated back to life.
Yeah.
And that was
They used to do that?
sometimes.
Yeah,
I
they did it a
clearly
couple times.
have not watched it.
Especially really early on. Really early on,
hashtag
like season
not a fan
1.
at all.
They would do flashbacks for some of the first couple walkers Rick sees. They would do flashbacks of their like.
And they didn't. That wasn't a thing in the comics. That was the thing the show decided to do, which I really enjoyed.
Yeah.
I wish we still got that now.
Yeah.
Like with the one that maybe not so much the one that fell in the pit. Maybe the one that fell in the pit. That would have been more interesting than anything Henry did this episode.
Yeah.
So now to the
main. Yeah.
main course, the meat and potatoes, but
Yes.
like, you know, like
Good-
bland.
good part
it's like
of the
spam.
episode.
This was spam.
Mm-hmm.
It was spam, and then all the vegetables you don't like to eat was everything else. But then at the end, you got to put some like hot, some like barbecue sauce on the spam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ew.
What? The
I like
barbecue
spam.
sauce would make it better.
No, you finished your dinner, spam and vegetables, and you got dessert. And it
And then you got a
was
white
really
Russian at the end. Yeah. But so we've already talked about them finding Jean.
good. Yeah.
We missed stuff from beginning. It opens with them looking at the walkers.
The scene we've been getting in the previews, like this entire season, of they're walking a circle. Have you ever seen that before? No, that's really weird. That scene is we actually get that in full.
Which I thought was going to happen so much sooner. I don't like the fact that we got shown a lot of stuff from the beginning.
Yeah,
Right?
from the season premiere, we were seeing the walkers walking in a circle.
Wait, season premiere?
Pretty much, pretty close.
Was it? Okay, I
It
know
was
in this
pretty
season
close.
trailer, we got stuff from the new characters. Which is why I was expecting them to show up much sooner than 5 episodes into the season.
Yeah, the season trailer, we got the new people. The season premiere, I'm pretty sure after the season premiere, in the coming up soon, we got the walkers walking in a circle, that kind of stuff,
Yeah,
which is way too early.
I know. But I mean, you have to keep people invested in the show.
Yeah.
Without
Yeah, but I
everything
think they're
there.
pretty invested.
No.
They've made it this
Yeah,
far.
people left the show when Glenn supposedly died.
Yeah, they
Which
left
was
the
a
close.
huge reason why, in my starting to watch it, through like, in the binging sense, I stopped. Because of how people were reacting to it through online. It really ruined the show for me.
Yeah.
And then after a while, I got back into it and I watched the rest of it. But, and then when Glenn actually died, spoilers,
Yeah.
people lost interest.
Oh, so many people
When
stopped
Carl
watching
died, people lost interest because their favorite characters were dying off.
Yeah.
Even though Glenn is supposed to die there in the comics, Carl doesn't die in the comics.
Yeah.
I think the character, like the guy who was just playing, just
the kid actor wanted to do other stuff because he's been doing the show for like
His
7.5
whole life,
seasons.
Yeah, he's been doing it for a long time. He grew up on this show.
And he wants to not be just on The Walking Dead.
Yeah, he doesn't want to be known as
Carl. Yeah.
Coral.
He doesn't want to be typecasted because once you're
Oh, you totally get like how
once
like
you're
Shailene Woodley typecasted.
yeah, but like you see what I mean. He doesn't want to
Or,
play the same character.
or-
He wants to evolve.
Um,
No pun intended.
you know the girl that plays Carrie in the newer movie,
Yeah.
Chloe Grace Moretz, typecast. She's not gonna be able to get out of playing a teenager, or at least taking
She's
like
young.
an early adult.
She looks young.
She looks really young.
But that's good for her because she'll be in the business longer.
Yeah. God, Jesus' armor looks fucking terrible.
It does.
That doesn't look like he would do anything.
It's just pieces
It looks like
of
laser.
copper sheet stuck with
Which
pieces of
I
tin
guess
sheet.
is what would happen.
Yeah, that's all they
But
got.
you think if you have someone who's an expert in blacksmith like they have, you could make anything better than what Jesus
It's
is wearing.
just copper pipe.
And it's only in the
flattened
front.
out.
You
Yeah,
don't get
it's
any
the
support in the
front
back. And then you
and
have
the
like a neck. That's it.
And
It
then he's
looked-
got elbow pads, and that's it.
It literally looked like he was going to play laser tag.
It was
looked
bad.
like it did.
Well, even in laser tag, you have stuff on your back.
Yeah.
You can shove it behind.
Yeah, this is the worst armor I've ever seen in the
Terrible.
show.
Yeah. And it was
Not really.
well, no, but yes. In a way, I guess.
I also have a question that's really unrelated to how the episode goes.
Okay.
Do walkers need to eat to survive?
I don't think
Like,
so.
I
do
don't
they
think
get
they do.
caloric intake?
I don't think so.
So why do they eat? Why do they like feed on things?
Why do you eat dessert after dinner? Because you fucking want it.
I think the human brain being still alive makes them want to eat. I think the brain thinks it's starving to death and it wants to eat,
Even though it's already dead.
but it doesn't need the food. Because
Yeah.
obviously it's been a long time since season 1. And if the walkers needed food, 90% of them would have just died of starvation by now. So,
Which
I don't
is
think
like
they
really
need it.
interesting. I feel like them doing this 6-year jump is them knowing they don't have much time left
Yeah, they need
for
to
the show, so they really have to progress.
Yeah, they need to pick up the pace, get these characters in, get their arcs started and finished.
and get the
before they
walkers actually looking like a lot of time has passed.
Yeah,
The
'cause
makeup department has had to do a lot more with these walkers, or less in that sense, because you have to make it look more, I want to say disintegrated, but it's not it. What's the fucking word?
Aged?
Not so aged, more as,
decrepit.
I guess.
They're worn down. They're sick.
Like when a
10
body
years
gets
old.
buried, it
Decomposes.
decomposes. They have to look like they're decomposing. Thank you. You got it there.
Yeah, because these walkers are, at least they're 6, 10, some odd years old. However long the show's been going on.
But so then,
Which in the opening scene, towards the end, right before they went to the intro, they zoomed in
on
the
walker.
horde, and they focused on one walker that turned and kind of gave a side eye to the camera.
Was that a fourth wall break? I didn't think
it was a fourth wall
I thought it
break.
looked to the side. I didn't know it looked at the camera.
It didn't look at the camera, but
If it looks at the camera,
In the
it's
direction.
definitely a fourth wall break.
Yeah. I don't think it looked at the camera or in the camera. I think it looked in the direction of where
They were.
they were, and it just
Uh-huh.
happened to be from the same point of view as the camera.
Yeah.
But that walker the face did not look very...
Yeah, you'd think that if the walker died, and you'd think the skin that they end up using to cover themselves with would be more decomposed.
Yeah, it'd be really hard to make
Because
a
there's
bodysuit out of decayed, dead skin.
Yeah. That'd go away really
it
fast.
looks almost like it had leathered instead of like
Maybe they can
decomposed.
do that.
Yeah, that the walkers are always outside walking around in the sun. I guess their skin could have leathered
Yeah.
and made it easier.
So then it cuts to them at night with the really, or maybe it was the day. There were two good shots in this entire episode. The first one was, I think the next time we see Jesus, Aaron, and Daryl and the dog, is when the dog is running across and Daryl starts walking, and then you have
Oh yeah, they're walking through the
That
field.
was one good shot because it was long. And it stayed with everything. You know, they definitely weren't saying what they were saying there.
Yeah.
That was done through AR.
absolutely.
I mean, not AR.
Voiceover.
I guess it's voiceover, but it's ADR. ADR. And then the second shot was when it cuts to night, and you can see the small little lights that are around the barn, or the flashlights then.
Yeah.
And then you can see the storm, which wasn't really a storm so much as just fog.
Yeah, it was just
I thought
fog.
it
It
was gonna be
sounded
raining.
like it was raining,
I thought it was
but
gonna
it
rain
wasn't
all
raining.
along.
I expected it to be like really muddy.
That would have been a lot. Yeah, if it was muddy.
If it was
and
muddy
rainy, that
and
would have been
lightning,
more interesting than any of the fogs.
Flashes of light from the
Fog
lightning.
is just supposed to be creepy, and it's not. It's
Which in the cemetery they end up getting to, which I mean I got ahead, but it wasn't. It only added to the sense that it was a cemetery.
Yeah.
And they could have had so much more fun.
That's super cliche.
Yeah, super cliche, but they could have had a lot of fun.
I mean, I
With
guess
walkers in a cemetery that nobody would want to go into. But it was the runtime of the episode, because they had to fill in all this stuff of characters getting together, meeting after a while, getting that stuff in. That really messed up the episode. They should have taken out everything with Henry and focused more on the big story at hand. Henry didn't add anything to the main story, the main arc of the season.
Absolutely nothing.
But they split up. They get
split
Eugene.
off.
Eugene's making them slow down, and he says they
dislocated his knee after a 15-foot fall.
I'm glad you said his last name, because I was going to continue that discussion of whether that is
It was a very tall ladder. It was
rewatch that.
It was a tall
We're gonna
ladder,
watch
and
that,
he kicked
and
it
we're
with
gonna
his
see.
foot, which
I
means it
think
was
it was-
6 feet below his head. It was a very long fall.
Yeah, but if it's his friggin' leg that got hurt, you could make the argument that that's 4 feet less than where he fell. From the injury that happened.
Anyways,
He just stupidly he just
landed-
let go, and he was
He let go and landed feet first after
You gotta land on your heels and then your butt,
just land any other way.
not on your arms.
Well, no,
Your
but
arms would break. We're gonna come up with more ways Eugene could have fell, like how Daryl and Rick could have climbed out of it.
but anyway.
So Daryl stays behind with his dog.
Yeah, he gets on this little.
Is he on the barn? That wasn't the barn.
No, that wasn't the barn. It
what
was
is
just.
it?
It was like
no,
a.
it's like a shack.
It was like It was like a shack that had fallen apart. But he's sitting there and he lights some firecrackers, trying to make a distraction. Dog starts barking, and the walkers start walking towards him, and then turn.
Because they realize that's not.
They go.
Why didn't they go after Daryl?
I think they're trying to get. I feel like they had a thing for Jesus, first of all. Secondly, I think.
So
they
were they
wanted-
expecting Jesus to come out?
I think they wanted.
That's a lot of planning.
I think they wanted to get more than just because you can get to Daryl. Okay, big deal. 3 people got away. I think they were going for numbers.
Daryl's the one that could take the most of them out.
But they don't know that. They don't know any of these characters.
I think
They know that they got one guy with an injured leg, and he is out with 2 other guys running in a different direction.
Yeah.
These whisperers get nothing out of killing Daryl and Dog and letting 3 people walk away. unharmed.
I guess.
Relatively unharmed.
I agree. It was very so stupid. The plan almost went well, but what was he gonna do if they kept going? It was a very dumb plan that Garrett had.
It was, but
he just kind of sat there like, oh shit, they didn't come my way.
He had firecrackers that he set, and they started walking the way over, and I didn't know what he was planning on doing.
I guess he would have just,
He can't kill
been a Daryl
130 or 140 with
Well, he's Daryl. Yes, he can.
He would have done something.
Oh, well, not whisperers, but if they were just walkers.
Oh yeah, just plain walkers, he could have set up there and probably killed them all. But if they were just normal walkers, he probably could have killed them all somehow. He would have found a way. He's Daryl.
Yeah.
But
the whisperers.
So then after that, the next thing with them.
For the first time, surprisingly, for the first time in 8.5 seasons, a show about zombies goes to a cemetery at night in the fog. I'm surprised it took this long. First of all.
What really surprised me about the whole cemetery scene is when the Whisperers had to go through to get into the cemetery. They kept in quote-unquote character. 2 of them fell through, and then the other ones walked on them.
I feel like
there are real walkers in there.
I feel like those whole 140 aren't Whisperers. I feel like they're playing it.
There are a few.
I feel like there's a few Whisperers, maybe a dozen, 20, 25, whatever, guiding a horde of walkers as protection.
That's pretty good.
And then those 2 that were in front were just normal. Because we also saw earlier that there were some walkers, like when they're coming up to the barn, there were some that were high-stepping through that grass.
Yeah.
And there were others that were doing the normal little shuffle.
See, yeah, that makes sense.
So I feel like they're because yes, the walkers are real people. Obviously, in real life, they're actors. They're trained to walk that way. But in a situation like that, a normal human trying to act like a zombie is not going to be able to shuffle like that. They're going to look like a human.
Yeah.
So I feel like they're disguising their flaws.
They went to a special training course in the apocalypse.
They were Walking Dead zombies before The Walking Dead started. But no, I feel like they're using a horde of walkers to disguise the fact that they're not actually walkers.
Which is very interesting.
Yes.
Next question.
So then, I don't have any more questions really.
I don't think I have more questions.
One, but I can get into that yet. So then they find a gate. Actually, I have a couple more questions. They get to a gate, and they're trying to open it, but there's too much dirt around the gate to be able to get out of the thing. So they realize they have to fight.
Yes.
Eugene has his little hatchet, I think.
Yeah. So does he have a hatchet, or does he just use his cane? Because I know they gave him a cane.
Oh, it wasn't a cane. It was still his. Oh, you're fucking stupid. Wow. That was fucking stupid.
So he has something that he can use as a weapon. Aaron and Jesus obviously have their weapons.
Why
and they're
running the opposite direction?
He was just trying to get away.
Why would?
Hit you right in the head.
Yeah,
he was trying to turn around, and then he just got tackled.
Okay. So then what was that to fight? Jesus goes badass.
Jesus, the actor for Jesus, apparently really wanted to show off his acrobatics training. Yeah, and he just starts killing everything. Which
I guess goes with that there were also walkers, because it took a while after other people arrived. How the fuck? Maybe
Michonne.
Okay, what I can see is Daryl also arrives at the same time. So maybe they found Daryl, and Daryl took them to within the direction, found the cemetery, went around where everyone else does.
Yeah, saw there's a horde of walkers.
But it was only Michonne that left. She didn't know that the other two came along and followed her, but
Yeah.
she should have known because that's how perceptive she is.
Yeah.
So that's another thing.
Yeah.
But
Or something that, I don't know,
why
Tara
would
would have
Michonne
known.
go off on her own?
Yeah.
Is my problem with
Yeah.
everything. You know you can't go off on your own. I mean, Michonne did that whole thing earlier in the season, going
Yeah.
off on by herself.
Yeah. But she went off on her own, apparently possibly found Daryl, and they went to the cemetery at the perfect time. What?
Austin's
Okay.
dad's score got closer, then I looked and he doesn't have anyone playing. So
Oh, okay. So they arrive, they start digging out the gate to let Eugene out and everybody out.
And then Jesus decides to fight more.
Yeah,
But Michonne arrives, and then the Australian girl, and the girl with the problems.
the
That was
girl with
dating.
concussion.
Yeah, well, that's the Australian girl.
Yeah.
And then you have the other girl with the weapon problems that was probably with the guy that died in the terrible shirt.
I have a dumb question.
What?
Does the apocalypse is the whole world?
We have no idea.
We have
It's
no
at
idea.
least.
The U.S.
It's at least.
East and West Coast U.S.
Yeah. We know it's in California because of the Fear the Walking Dead.
Mm-hmm.
We know it's.
We know that
we
it
know it's at
goes
least.
through planes because that was part of the Fear the Walking Dead thing.
Yeah. And we know from The Walking Dead that it goes at least from Georgia to Pennsylvania. We know that.
Is Pennsylvania where they are?
What?
Are they in the District of Columbia?
Well, the new group of people said they came from Philadelphia.
Okay.
That's how we know Pennsylvania, and then this whole show started in Atlanta, so we're outside Atlanta.
But we can assume it's with this amount of time, it's on a much larger scale, especially since there hasn't been any
I feel like
governmental.
Yeah,
stuff
it's
or
been
anything.
it's been a good
I asked is
15
you said
years.
the Australian girl, so I figured, oh, maybe it's
She would
affecting
just be
the
an
entire-
obviously that was in the U.S. when it happened.
It's been a solid like 15 years, and nothing's. It's only gotten worse.
15.
I'd say 15. It was a while. It was a long time.
They
I'm
skipped.
gonna say maybe 12 at most. I don't see them going through a full 8 years with that stuff because all of season 8 took place within 2
Oh
weeks.
yeah, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, I'd say
What? All of season 8 took.
10 to 12.
What?
Yeah,
All of season 8 took like a month.
That's crazy.
yeah, because that was what it covered was 2 volumes of I think it was 31 and 32 or 32 and 33. It was All Out War were the volumes.
Yeah, it was only the war.
He actually did it. Was it complete? Oh man.
So anyway, let's finish this episode before we speculate. Because we're almost done. We're
so
finally at the really good part of the episode.
But so Eugene has to he has it.
Yeah, yes, that's a touchdown.
Ooh,
He said, oh my god.
Jesus decides to fight off the walkers while
He tells
everyone
everyone to leave.
Oh yeah,
wants to fight them
why?
off.
That's stupid.
Yeah.
They can just close the gate back up and then take the walkers a little more extra time, and they have more people to help Eugene, or at least protect them around.
Yeah.
He didn't need to fucking go back in there. But he does kick some more ass. Has a great move where he kicks a walker, and then uses his momentum from kicking it to turn around and slash another one with his sword, which was dope.
And slow motion.
A lot of slow motion used in the fight. Which is
Always,
also
it makes
very
it look
good.
better.
They haven't done that before.
Yeah, they rarely use slow motion.
But I think they were using it to show the skill that that Jesus has. And then he turns around to look at everyone, and he gets a fucking sword through him.
Yeah, he goes to
He
kill.
doesn't even get a good last line.
Because I thought he slashed
goes
at him and turned.
He goes to kill a walker. He's walking back to the gate.
Oh yeah, there's 2
He
that
kill-
are really close.
He kills one, and he swings at another, and it ducks under his sword and stabs him in the side. Which, if he had better armor, he wouldn't have been stabbed.
Actually, it wasn't through the
That's why I
side.
said
The
that
sword was out here.
Was
It went
It went in.
It went fucking through up his back. It was an up, and it came out over in his left chest area. Which is why I keep saying the armor sucks.
Yeah.
Because it should have at least prevented it going through.
Yeah.
That's terrible armor if a sword can't stop it, because that also means a bullet would just go through it as well.
Yeah. So Jesus gets stabbed through.
And
the
then
chest.
everyone else goes to help. And then other whisperers start pulling out swords.
Yeah.
Which was great. That was awesome for that to happen.
Yeah.
Is the whisperers have swords too, and you get this huge.
And they start running.
Not huge battle. It's a very quick battle.
It's a very short battle
because they take them down pretty easily.
Yeah. You have arrows flying and swords
you
flying.
get the reveal of that they're regular people because Daryl realizes that it's a mask.
Yeah, Daryl sees a stitching in the back. He pulls off the mask of somebody and sees a human head.
Oh, wish it was someone we knew.
Yeah, it was like one of the old saviors or something.
Yeah, that would have been really
cool.
interesting.
That would have been good if it was one of the old
But
saviors.
is there really a savior that's just unaccounted for? A big name savior we recognize that's unaccounted for?
Garrett killed them all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, all those escapees from the camp she killed off.
Or if you really wanted to get rid of Maggie, have that one be Maggie. That would have been fucking
That
funny.
would have been hilarious, but
so good.
it would have made no sense.
It would have made no sense, as most of this episode did.
Yeah.
But
that's the
That would
episode.
have been so
because they
fucked
get surrounded.
Yeah.
Which then, I don't like trailers. For this one big reason, is the first thing they show for it coming back in February is them arriving back in Hilltop
with
Jesus' body, and then they cut to a graveyard scene of a lot of graves. Maybe that's all the graves that have been happening.
Yeah,
but
it
I
has been
think
6 years.
that's a
Just a lot of
turnaround.
graves.
I think that's a turnaround, and Jesus isn't dead. I don't think Jesus is dead. That's an actor you can't really get rid of.
I feel like
There's so much stuff. You can't keep giving Aaron heartbreaks.
Yeah,
that
he deserves something.
And Jesus would have been very good for him.
They've been setting it up, their relationship, this entire season. Jesus and Aaron. They've always been together.
And Aaron lost his boyfriend. Boyfriend or husband?
I think they were married. I think it was husband.
Okay. At the beginning of season 8, which really sucked.
Yeah.
He lost his arm.
He lost his arm. Yeah. All he has left now is they were giving him Jesus, and he has Gracie. And now they just potentially took Jesus away.
Yeah.
I feel like the only thing that could save Jesus is the fact that Sadiq and Enid are both at Hilltop, and that's where they bring the body. Because now they have two. Well, really, I don't know how well trained Enid is, but Sadiq is
she's at Hilltop by herself.
Yeah, she's the only doctor
and
there.
And it's been 6 years, so she must have had a lot of training in 6 years.
So you've got two trained medical professionals at Hilltop. I feel like that's really the only thing they could use to justify Jesus surviving.
They can't get rid of him. That's going to be... We lost Rick. We've lost... what's his name at the beginning of the season? Mag is not here. You can't keep writing off characters like that. I don't think we lost Jesus. Damn, Jimmy Green could see them both.
Yeah, and they've set it up, since they introduced this character, they've set it up that, this guy's like invincible to the point that it's almost magical.
Yeah.
It's insane that he survives all this stuff.
I mean, of course, he wasn't expecting a sword to go through his body.
Yeah.
But
they did need like a wow moment in there.
It was honestly the best way to end this half season.
Oh, absolutely.
Very good cliffhanger. Very thing of, is he dead or is he not? As usual. Was Glenn's thing a mid-season finale ending? Glenn's death?
That was a mid-season finale. That was a mid-season finale, I believe.
Which is why it took people so long to figure out that it wasn't his death. Okay.
Or no. Negan killing people was a mid-season finale. The mid-season premiere was Glenn being killed. Was when they revealed it was Abraham and Glenn.
No. That was the season premiere. I'm talking about when Glenn supposedly died and fell off.
I feel like that was just...
Or did they cut away for a couple episodes and then go back?
I feel like that was just a random episode.
Okay.
Was that supposed death.
Maybe.
Which is why people were so upset about it, is...
It wasn't special.
They acted like nothing was special. Oh, okay, they fell into the
Glenn
water.
died.
Mhm.
Well,
But you see Glenn under the guy, and the guy above him's getting eaten, and it's like obvious that it wasn't Glenn.
Yeah.
But that was this episode. The trailer for next episode shows that they are driving back to Hilltop, and then shows them back in the cemetery, which is very stupid. I really hope we get answers to what happened now that Daryl and Michonne are in the same location. Maybe we'll get something for why you just pulled something.
He pulled his hamstring last year. So yeah. What else did we see? We saw Daryl had some kind of...
We saw a lot of mixing of old and new characters.
Yeah.
The new guys, Dan Fogler, I think is going to be with, what's his name, to do with the axe. But he also has longer hair, or is wearing a wig and a hat or something.
Yeah, he had a cowboy hat on. And he was definitely with Jerry.
Yeah, I think he's partnered with Jerry.
So they might be the Kingdom, potentially. I don't know.
There was a line about saving the kingdom.
I don't remember what the background was in that scene, but they could potentially. There's no reason for Jerry to leave the kingdom.
Yeah.
He's supposed to always be with Ezekiel.
Or maybe that's just the way they edited it to make it look like Jacob and Jerry were in the same place. Also, don't want them in the same place now that I realize his name is Jacob. Is his name Jacob?
I have no idea what his name is.
If it's Jacob, gonna hold on.
We also had a scene.
I'm gonna explain why it's gonna be I'm gonna be mad if his name is actually Jacob. It's not on that cast list. Luke. His name is Luke.
Okay.
Luke and Jerry. I'm so sorry. I say Jacob because they're Fantastic Beasts. That's his name. So I got confused. But I'm so happy it's not Jacob in the show.
There was also...
It is Rick Grimes Jr., RJ.
Yeah. There were also new characters that they showed.
Who was the guy?
I feel like that's a Whisperer. Because there's also a scene of what looked like Daryl fighting him. Or fighting someone like him.
No. But who was the guy that we couldn't figure out? You said that was...
the guy that Enid's with now? Okay, so you know how at Hilltop they had that group of saviors and Gregory in that little cell area outside.
Yeah.
He was in there. He was one of the saviors who is not... He didn't want to be a savior.
Oh!
He didn't want to be a savior. He wanted to get out and help Hilltop.
And now he got action.
Now he's actually... Yes.
Ooh. I don't know what else to think.
I mean, we got that final shot. Negan with Lucille walking somewhere.
I don't know if that was Lucille so much as just a bat.
I mean...
Because Lucille was lost. So maybe we'll get an arc through an episode of him trying to find Lucille.
And going back to that
But I think
field.
just finding a bat.
Oh, it's such a bad ball, Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, the Packers will lose this game. But...
In the third.
Yeah, but anyways. Yeah. An hour plus.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Normal podcast length. One subject.
I don't want these podcasts to be this long every week. It killed my laptop. I got point. And that would have made... Oh, he just said fuck or shit or whatever. That's
covered his mouth in his chin guard.
And I cursed. But, what a move. It was just overthrown. Barely.
And this is why the episode's so long.
Not really. We could have waited for football a little bit. But, so this is the end of The Walking Dead until February.
Yes.
Good Place does not come back until I think we break for...
does it come back finals week or does it come back...
Comes back finals week.
Oh.
So maybe we can all hold out, which I will work on so hard, of waiting to talk about like what we can all wait to watch it at the same time. So that we can come back and do a just Good Place and talk about that. There's this week of school and then we have finals, so I don't know if anything is going to come out next week. If any,
I thought you said you wanted to do one that didn't have you in it.
We do anything during the
Yeah, we
break.
got on winter break to do that.
Yeah,
Oh, true.
that can happen. And
You
then,
can do one of. Oh, never mind.
but really, I think this is, for now, the last episode of 2018 that we're gonna have.
Yeah.
If anything,
Unless
we find some time.
Yeah.
Unless
Unless we
we-
find something to talk about, something huge to talk about. There's
Which, I mean, it's really easy. I can just make a list of things to talk about.
Oh yeah, I could sit here and I could keep talking about this episode for another hour if you want me
Yeah,
to.
no.
We do it tomorrow night.
But, or maybe if we really need to, we can just have like a, I don't know, let's work. Do a half season recap. But
That'd be a lot of work. I don't remember anything minor.
you know what I kind of want to happen is when we come back, we have Autumn retake the same quizzes that we took live stream again.
Absolutely nothing changed about the quiz.
Nothing
It
changed.
just does she
Watch her
remember.
somehow do better.
You get 100
The
on it.
funny thing is if she does better. Like, somehow she took pictures of the quiz we made.
No, everything's exactly the same, except the free response is to describe what happened.
And
in
then
first half of season 9.
and then every bonus question, including like the who won the football game that week, is still the same. But if you want to check that out, we did a whole 4-hour long live stream last year when we came back from winter break, or this year technically. But it was last school year where we had
January 2018.
Penny Ms. McGee take a Walking Dead. I don't care. It's a funny thing. She's not gonna listen.
She's not going to listen to an hour and 10 minutes of The Walking Dead just to hear her name.
At the end. But yeah. So if you like this, give it a like. If somebody disliked the last episode,
Wow.
there was a dislike before.
We're going to find you.
No, it
We're
wasn't.
gonna
It
block
wasn't
you.
last episode. It was the Detroit video. There was one dislike before 2 likes happened, and I was
We're going to
upset.
find you
We're
and
gonna
block
find
you, and you will never get to watch this content again.
And there goes the game for the Packers.
Did they even have a chance? No.
They should have.
They're only down by a touchdown. They can get this ball back in like 30 seconds and drive down the field.
Maybe.
Or that being Aaron
This
Rodgers.
kick will have to be redone.
Yeah, redo the kick. They get the onside. Aaron Rodgers pulls a miracle and wins.
But
Sounds like
yeah.
a plan.
Please subscribe to the channel. We're getting slowly new viewers, and I'm very happy for that.
Welcome new viewers.
Welcome new viewers.
You guys are
Welcome.
awesome.
Welcome people that are just
You're all right.
finding this video because of the title. It's not clickbait. You just may think that it'd take you to a link to watch the episode, but no, not really.
If you made it this far, congratulations.
Oh, totally. You go buy yourself a cookie.
Yes.
Like,
You deserve it.
Pretzel.
Treat yourself.
or chocolate or rats. That's very funny.
But it's gotta be a chocolate chunk cookie if you get yourself a cookie. Yeah, chunks are better.
Or a chocolate cookie with also chocolate chips in it.
That's double chocolate chip.
Double
cookies.
chocolate chips are
Or
so
brownies. I'm hungry.
good.
Anyway.
You can have more spaghetti. I'm gonna have more spaghetti.
I'm gonna have more spaghetti. Scapete.
So, bye. I
Bye.
don't know anywhere how else to end this.